أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So my name is Muhammad Faisal. I'm one of the chief examiners at Nafi. Today we are having with us Mubashir Hassan. He is going for his diploma in artificial intelligence operations, EduQual level 6, RQF level 6 exam. The exam topic is very interesting. It's implementing autonomous vehicles, fleet management with EdgeX, MQTT, and time series analytics for smart transportation. Actually, this is one of the things that one of our students, uh, his name is, what's his name? Faizan, right? He was the youngest CKAD certified in the world, Kubernetes certified Kubernetes application developer. But then his record was broken by another person, Muhammad Ababur Rahman, who became a QB astronaut at the age of 16, mashallah. He was able to pass all the exams. So Faizan was the first CKAD and CKA in Pakistan at the age of 16. He completed his level 5 diploma. He's doing his level 6, I believe. He is working for a company who does vehicle fleet management in Saudi Arabia from Pakistan. And I think he's earning 250,000, 300,000 salary per month, something like that. So this is like implementing autonomous vehicle fleet management. His is not the one that he's working in is not the autonomous vehicle. It's vehicle fleet management. This is for autonomous vehicle fleet management with Ajax, MQTT, and time series analytics for smart transportation. So the topic is going to cover edge computing and IoT architecture. It's very important. Time series data management with analytics, predictive maintenance and fleet optimization, safety and compliance systems, vehicle to everything, V2X as we call it, communication, and then scalable fleet management platform. Now, you have to discuss the industry applications and also the open source and cloud native tools, EdgeX, Foundry, Eclipse, Mosquito, Apache Kafka, MQTT, NATS, InfluxDB, and there's a whole long list. There's also standards which are very important, the ISO 26262 and the SAE J3016, DSRC, and V2X. These standards and protocols are very important. There are protocols, MQTT, CoAP, OPC UA, and CAN bus, right? So there's a lot of things going on. In the presentation, you'll be given minimum 15, maximum up to 25 minutes to go through the presentation, followed by a Q&A, which can last from 30 to 40 minutes. The whole presentation can be done within 45 minutes to 60 minutes, right? So depends on how things are moving forward. The date today is October 1st. The time at my side of the world is 10:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. My time will be changing soon in November, I believe, because the daylight saving time will go away. Okay. So Mubashir Hassan, do you have any question before we start?
No, not yet.
Okay. You may share your screen, and when I ask you to start the presentation, then you may do so.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I can see the screen. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, you may start.
One more thing I have to say, if you are letting out question, if I have a hearing problem, you can speak in loudly. Let's put if you are there.
That is fine. If you
Okay.
you can raise the volume. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't shout on the mic, but if you are not able to understand the question, I can always break it down and make it much more easier for you to understand.
Basically, I've usually hearing aid. So now I'm usually not comfortable. Just the time I'm making a headphone usually. Try to understand.
Okay, I understand. I understand. So my suggestion to you would be, amp up the volume to the highest so that you can hear me, and you can ask me to repeat the question. I will be more than happy to do so.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Please proceed. Bismillah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Mubashir Hassan, and today I'm excited to present with a transformative approach, implementation, smart transportation, implementation, autonomous vehicle fleet management with HX, MQTT, and timesheet analytics for the smart transportation. Basically, our focus is changing the way people are get moved to the city with a smarter transformation, which it already developed in the software platform. We have defined our goal. The goal statement, flat architectures, sensor data analysis in real time, predictive maintenance optimization, V2X communication safely, and technology stack security, and case study, business impact and challenges and future scope. Basically, in this, we have defined the major components of these topics. We have defined how it's matter, how execute, and why. So these are scenarios I will let you about it. Now move on to the next slide. The goal statement. We have developed intelligent, scalable, smart, scalable real-time fleet management system for autonomous vehicles already deployed on the field. The technology used in Edge Foundry, message queue, telemetry protocols, and timesheet analytics to tool improve predictive maintenance and optimize route and safety regulation regarding ISO 26262 and safety traffic P2S communication is smart transportation infrastructure. Now, what is the fleet architecture? Basically, it's a fleet architecture proposed a framework such as a mini computer, just as a shown a continuum that carry out a fast data processing and instant decision making, that's a latency of the key operation and its operation it reduce. Basically, the fleet architecture is a basic mini computing to just like a as cloud integration. There are many sensor data in the car, just like we have example of car, just like a camera, radar. So they are moved in one the of edge computing, the data flow, just like the edge computing, data ingestion, and cloud analysis. On the vehicle processing, that immediate processing, just like the Edge Foundry, we had transformed that data just like a Bluetooth, like Raspberry Byte. They are getting from that and transfer to the MQTT protocols, and then MQTT protocol to insert in the cloud analysis, just like Influx DB. Predictive maintenance and optimization. Basically, machine learning model are we predict component failure and optimize vehicle scheduling, minimizing downtime and maximizing operation efficiency. Let's suppose it means that we have analyzed the optimization, predict and any failure. We have to inform and warning that route optimization, perform as predictive maintenance, and notify already us. Let's suppose if we have how to model train. So we have a scikit-learn. We have a 50,000 data. So they are if you are using the TensorFlow, they are 5 million data about using model in tech impact breakdown. And if you are using the route optimization, Apache Spark process, they optimize the route optimization, just like a fuel consumption, shortest part of the route optimization. And performance method, just let's suppose if you are using the Grafana dashboard, you are informing about the alerts, how the speed of health, availability, consumption, overall. If the Grafana doesn't let us know about the operation department, let's suppose CPU, hard disk, how many requests are on the server, so on. And now V2S communication safety. Basically, what is vehicle to many vehicle? Let's suppose many. The diagram is showing us advanced V2S communication is cellular and dedicated short range communication, increase situation awareness, support cooperative safety feature of the collision avoidance. Let's suppose major feature. This just like a dedicated short range communication and cellular VoT communication support. Just like what is that dedicated short range communication is a Wi-Fi and cellular 3G, 4G are communication which easier in the infrastructure if you are providing the area. They inform us the threat detection, warning system, and we can save the accident. And a shortest part, only anonymous. We have, let's suppose you are the carrying on the system, the backend side of card, we are not notified to the edge foundry system. They are of the next car is breaking the target to stop at the way the car is slow move. Yeah. And the meet is ISO 26.2. It is standard protocol. We have to meet a standard follow this ISO standard. That's it. And the next step, which technology are used? Tech stack basically Edge Foundry. Basically, it's a Edge Foundry system, and message queue, basically message queue telemetry. It's a lightweight system. You are sending getting from the Edge Foundry and transfer router in Flex TV. And and machine learning knowledge how to perform and how to train the model. Scikit-learn TensorFlow. That if you are talking scikit-learn, so if you have the 50,000 data, so we will have to use scikit-learn. If you have a 5 million data, we will have to do TensorFlow. And about if you have orchestration tool, we have to utilize Kubernetes, Amazon, Azure. AKS, Amazon, we have it depend upon the sequence. Let's suppose if you are using don't use have support Amazon, you will have a server, and you will have to implement by itself Kubernetes. And protocol standard ISO standard 26262. Now it's a major issue. We have faced the security measure. Let's suppose we are going everywhere. So security is a major concern about the nowadays. Basically, TLS encryption using MQTT protocol. Basically, if you are TLS encryption, to like TLS 3, 1.3, 1.2, the older version, not the latest version, and we basically encrypt the data, transform it to the another. And device-based authentication and asset-based, every device has a role-based authentication. Basically, just like a Raspberry Pi, Bluetooth, camera, radar, so on. So we will have to look in the role-based authentication, just like in the minimum machine have a firmware. So it's just like software. So we have to know about the role-based authentication. And the last is second last is zero trust architecture guideline. Basically, you will verify and not trust each other. You will have to verify role-based authentication and so on. And the last is secure OTA, basically over the air. Basically, a device just about we have know about CIA, confidential integrity accessible. If you are talking about authenticate and where is the integrity and accessibility, we will know about it. Which is a role-based system. We do not rely on other system. If you are talking about the business use case, it's already congestion reduced by the 15% to edge-based traffic management system. And basically, you have to understand the predictive routation. If you, let's suppose, as Singapore has already implemented smart mobility in that area. So these are the 15% through edge-based traffic management. And there is operation moving from the intersection V2H communication, basically the low risk management, risk then you can utilize. Basically, the business impact, let's suppose minimizing downtime because if we have entire the world are moving on the autonomous car, so there are so many car over there. So we have to downtime increase, predicting maintenance and fuel optimization and usage of 20% and safety. So we just remove collocation despite of 40%. It's a major challenge in the future. Basically, is scalability. Let's have a huge of IT data screen. So we did not know about, we have minimum amount of data, we have managed it. But if you have a lot of data, IoT, how we'll handle is a major challenge in the future. And we will support regulation compliant ISO 26 to GDPR transport, and we have followed this rule. And the Nokia, if you are talking in the Pakistan 5G city internet available there, so it's the low latency bandwidth required, and the autonomous decision making with the reinforcement learning. We have to train reinforcement learning. Now it's a flow diagram. The flow diagram, what is the purpose of it? How to data flow through. Just like a data flow is the car over here, critical. It's a sensor, and data bit get clear boundary, get clear, get data from, and transfer into the MQTT protocol. And after that, the service is basically MQTT protocol basically subscribe and publish on the base of topic. So you're sending data in FlexDB, and during the modern train, if you modern train should skip learn, and then just like dashboard Grafana, IT operation, looking at this issue, train the model and predictive. So this type we have to analyze and future prediction, what's going on and how to save. See. And the fleet management is a real-time process, and alert management, they are getting the report, action. So next, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, that was a pretty fast one.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me write down some things. Okay, so it's a very interesting topic. I need to know and I need to understand a couple of things. Inshallah, you can stop the sharing of the screen, please.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So MQTT, what role does MQTT play in the autonomous fleet management architecture that you presented?
Basically, a message queue is an IoT system. Message queue telemetry transfer protocol. It has to be a lightweight message communication. So we have to, just like if you don't have internet required at some time. So when the data center put the MQTT protocol.
So it provides what? It provides what? Like, is it a low latency, a high latency?
It's a low latency. It's a low latency data, not
Okay.
at high latency.
And it is used primarily for what? Low latency in the context of this presentation for the autonomous vehicles. What is it sending?
Just like if let's suppose low latency we do not require. Let's suppose we can say that the internet does not support low latency bandwidth. Bandwidth too much high. I am talking about the bandwidth. Let's suppose if you are going to move the car. So if you are not internet provide, you have to save the data, and then the internet on, you can move it. So
Okay.
we can say that save the
Do
bandwidth.
you know like all the electric vehicles in the world right now, and pretty much 99% of them, and which have the smart sophistication, not like the basic just a battery and stuff. No, smart vehicles, like we call them, like BYD, Neo, Tesla, Audi, Volkswagen, all these different BMW, all of these companies, Lexus, Honda just came up with a vehicle, right? They all came up basically with electric vehicles, and all of these vehicles they are leveraging MQTT protocol, right? To ensure, because it's a lightweight, scalable, efficient protocol, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And it basically ensures them that an efficient publish subscribe model.
Yeah, it's a public subscribe as per the topic. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So it enables real-time communication for connected car IOVs, as we
Yeah.
call them, Internet of Vehicles, services, smart charging, and energy management system. It essentially sends all the data right back. So in the Al Razak labs, you will find autonomous vehicles.
Okay.
So you will find labs on the seventh, eighth month as the KYC based labs, right? So you will find these labs as per the topic that you presented
Okay.
or the industry you want to go in. So we cover, all the global industries that we can cover, ensuring it aligns with everything, right? And this autonomous vehicle is one of the biggest thing because no matter where you go, whatever you see, you will find them being used, right? So it's pretty awesome. Uh, for all the, there's a complete specialization that we offer now, which is like mobility and transportation. So there are 9 sovereign technology domains, and within those domains, there are 36 sectors, right? Transportation and smart mobility, EVs, autonomous vehicles, IoT, logistics, and drone
Drone.
delivery.
Yeah.
All of
Drone.
them,
Yes.
all of them. And there are like more than, 10,000 labs. So EVs have around 3,000 labs. Autonomous vehicles are different. They have around, you know, 4,000 labs. IoT logistics have around more than 5,000 labs because it covers shipping, drones, many things, right? Even the drones, the drone delivery, but this is just the enterprise. I mean, this is the enterprise version. Al-Qawi, our platform, which is not Al-Razak, but Al-Qawi, that's the defensive and offensive technologies. So how can you use, so military organizations are using MQTT protocol in their drones, right?
Okay.
To monitor. Like Flotilla is going towards Palestine right now with food and aid delivery and everything, with
Right.
multiple people are
Yes.
going there. So Turkey has sent 2 drones which are circulating on these flotilla for the past 3-4 days now, providing them, gathering information, intelligence, and everything. They are being charged through basically sunlight, right? But they have enough battery in itself as well that they can glide because they're just gliding and gliding, right? At the higher atmosphere. And that's what they're doing. So technology is fascinating, things are changing very fast. And that's where the future is. So you have to don't stop learning, keep on moving forward, right? Keep
Yeah.
on moving forward because if the
Correct.
point you stop learning, you will go
Is
behind because
yeah,
things are
definitely.
changing very,
Definitely.
very fast, right? Okay, that's good. So which 3 primary components of edge cloud integration were highlighted in your presentation?
Uh, let's suppose uh, message queue. If we are talking message message queue has message MQTT and X Foundry and secret client. We have the machine learning model and we have the secret client TensorFlow Kubernetes. Just like
Okay,
it depends.
we covered it all. How does the system uses InfluxDB and Grafana in your presentation?
Basically, if you, let's suppose we have to provide a database of influx survey in income pro. We have publish and subscribe. If we subscribe this message, we are inserting in the database, and then the Kafrana they are the Prometheus fee. They have trained the model. We will get the data transfer. Kafrana we get the query and dashboard the screen.
So the answer is okay, right? You answered it in a way that comes out uh, in an academic form. The answer needs to be like, for example, you have to say InfluxDB is used for storing high volume time series telemetry data, while Grafana provides real-time dashboards to monitor fleet health, uptime, and performance, right?
Okay.
That's how you have to answer. I mean, essentially, when you're sitting for an interview, right? Okay. You mentioned Singapore, right? So in the Singapore smart mobility case study, what 3 improvements were observed?
Basically, it was I'm checking on the Google and ask the ChatGPT. They are using GPT. We have it's already implemented in the Singapore capability. If we are testing in the environment, they are facing there some issues. Yes, if we are a lot of huge car over there, they are unmanageable.
Give
And
me three improvements.
key
Three
improvement
improvements.
just like a mm, huge IoT device to the basically
Now, like for example, let me give you, for example, three improvements are one of them is, for example, uh, congestion, right? Reduce congestion by how?
huge.
So in the study, it was mentioned reduce congestion by how much?
Basically, I think congestion means just like a performance-based issue. Uh, uh, too too many cars over there. You have to improve our service, improve the hardware system. You get the service from get the service data and manage the data. Just
No,
like
no,
we
no,
can.
no, no, no. Mubashir Hassan, the
Yeah.
answer is I'm asking you in the Singapore smart mobility case study, what three improvements were observed? The answer is, you know, and you can review the case study because I reviewed that, like, around 15% congestion was reduced. The congestion is like the traffic congestion. Travel improvements via predictive routing. We were able to predict the routing.
Short,
And
small,
reduction in
small.
risk
Yeah,
removal at intersections using V2X, right?
yeah,
These are
yeah.
the,
Yes,
right?
this management
So
save
imagine
money.
you live in Karachi, right?
Yeah.
It's the most congested traffic on the face of the planet, I think, after Mumbai or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible. If you go to Islamabad, you don't see that. If you go to Lahore, still
Okay.
it's better, right? In Karachi, it's messed up. They
Message.
have done this deliberately because the roads are messed up. They start the projects, but they don't get the projects done. There's a there's a apart from the politics, everyone sees what the problem is. Like my house is there in Karachi, and in front of the house, all the roads are digged. They have dug up the roads and it has been there like for 10 years now. The university road, it's all dug up. Like
They should not develop yet. So how we will implement in that
so,
idea?
so imagine even if you implement this, nothing is going to work out, right?
I
Because
think
the
it depends. I think
because
it's
the
a
infrastructure is messed up.
yeah. Sorry,
So
sorry.
yeah, so AI is not going to resolve the problems. AI is there to facilitate in terms of resolving the problems. If we throw AI or smart mobility or any of those things, when the infrastructure is not there, when the people are not prepared, nothing will happen, right?
Yes.
When I'm driving I have two cars, Honda and a Lexus, right? So when I'm driving Lexus, it is connected directly to the satellite, right? And it tells me that XYZ intersection is busy because there is an accident over there. So if and this is predictive routing, as mentioned here, right? So
Okay.
travel improvements through predictive routing. So it tells me don't avoid this, use this. The Google Maps also does that as well. Waze is one of the applications of Maps, also does that. Apple also does that. In the West, in the US, in Canada, in all these developed countries, even in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, they're all doing that. They're installing cameras and sensors which are collecting data on the roads, right? And they are able to see and predict and provide this information to the drivers when they're driving. So a time will come,
Yes.
essentially, that everything will be autonomous.
Yeah,
Will it happen
definitely.
5 years, 10 years, 15 years? It will happen in our lifetime. We will see, right? We are already seeing the wars being autonomous, right? There are drones coming in, coming out, right? Air superiority is the must right now. Even at Nafi, I'm developing Al-Qawi platform for this specific purpose. We have our own LLM, right?
Okay.
Al-Bari. The project name is Al-Bari and the LLM is Bari, and that is designed for this specific purpose to ensure. That's why our valuation went to $112 million and it's going to reach $500 million, inshallah, uh,
Sure.
within 1 year. The reason is that because that is our intellectual property, which is changing the game. So we are developing that LLM and providing it to sovereign states to design and develop their ecosystem for defensive and offensive technologies. We are teaching that to our students as well, so that they can go and work for these governments and sovereign states, right? So things are changing very, very fast in the global world.
So
Okay,
one more thing have is it depend on the government infrastructure. If the government support, if we are talking about Karachi, so Karachi government does not support infrastructure, road management, as you know that. And it's
yeah, go ahead. Say, keep on saying.
that is my major point. So if you are, we can implement in Western countries, European countries, and Singapore, we can test over there. In Karachi, you do know about it because it totally depends. If you are going in a good direction, the government get up and put in the deal. So why you are working correctly? So it depends upon the scenario. You know,
The government of Pakistan is the, you know, if not corrupt, or I would say the most corrupt government right now. Pakistanis, Allah has blessed us with great brains. You know, I'm a Pakistani myself, a Pakistani Canadian, British. I can tell you that uh, we could have done a lot if we have the right people. The problem is like there's a dynastical families who don't want to lose the power on their grip. They will never do so. And the other problem is like, you know, we say that we want to follow Islam, but we don't neither we follow democracy, neither we follow Islam, right?
definitely,
So
definitely,
it's like a, you know, it's like a, you know, as they say in Urdu, kacha papad, pakka papad, this is like that, right?
definitely, yeah.
Right? So yeah, like it's a very messed up situation. Are they a tomato or are they a potato? They don't even know themselves, right? So what do they want to become? They don't know. They just want to grab the power as long as they can. People are very smart, you know, lots of talent. The biggest, most populous nation, a Muslim nation on the face of the planet right now. Smart brains. All these countries, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, all these countries came at the same time when the British left. And these are British and French colonies, all these different countries, right? Pakistan was able to become a nuclear power. Look what they did to the guy who came up with the nuclear power, right?
Yeah,
So Hassan is not there. People are frustrated and,
definitely.
you know, they want to do something, but they can't. So that's a problem. Otherwise, lots of talent. People are committed. They want to do something, you know. So there's a lot of munafiqah. There is a lot of we we call ourselves the lovers of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Islam, but we are not. You know, so there's a lot of hypocrisy. You will see that in the
Definitely.
country among the scholars and among the elites, and so it's a different situation. The infrastructure will never be there.
You can't be trust any there. Definitely.
Uh, you know, that's not happening. I'm sorry, right? Until a new generation comes in and they take the lead, then something might happen. You and me are getting old. You're 40 years, I'm 45. Time is slipping for us. So it is the time for the next generation to take the lead, and we can only train them. And that's one of the missions of a NAFE, is to provide them the best education possible so that they can go and make decisions for themselves. Okay, so explain how zero trust architecture was applied, ZTA, to edge devices in the system that you presented.
Actually, we will have to identify that which devices are we using. Just like a Raspberry Pi, radar, camera. We have to implement a role-based architecture. Role-based architecture, we authenticate the data, which have to limit the data asset. We do not provide a full authorized admin to make admin all of these. Role-based authentication, and we have to implement a CIO confidential integrity module. So just like if you in devices, they have the firmware, just like a software type. just like a firmware, just like if we have to authenticate with a token-based authentication, with each other they are combination with a token-based authentication. That's it.
So the answer is okay, it's good, but like the professional answer would have been, if I have to give it to you, it would be, my question was how zero trust architecture was applied to edge devices in the system, right? So you have to say zero trust ensures role-based authentication, TLS encryption for MQTT channels, and secure OTA updates for edge devices, minimizing attack surfaces, right? So that's how you have to answer. Um, when you go for the interviews, it is very important for you to be able to answer them what they're looking for. So,
Okay.
10.5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 10. Okay. All right. So if the fleet stream, so let me give you this. So if the fleet stream grows by 5 times, what role would Kubernetes orchestration play in ensuring scalability?
Mm.
Easy question.
Fleet in is just like a mini. If you're talking about fleet in, we have to just like a mini computer and a mini. If you are talking about a fleet management system, they are integrated service are implement outside. Right, we have to make the image and deploy under Kubernetes.
What will happen? What will the Kubernetes orchestration play? What role would
Oh,
it play in the scalability phase? What would it
Well,
do?
let's suppose if it depend upon the request. Let's suppose if you huge request, so we have to give the part Kubernetes. They are managed orchestration tool. Let's suppose it had Kubernetes. It had a good architecture. Let's suppose if there are multiple requests over there on the system. So let's suppose 150 requests are landing and 50 they are shifting to another port. So they are manageable. We have to improve the scalable implementing on the way. And the by default, Kubernetes has a already by default flow. They are already scalable.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, how does route optimization integrates with predictive maintenance to improve both cost and safety?
Basically, we have Apache Spark. We have Apache Fighter routing mechanism system. We already know. So just like they optimize the data, they are shifting the data to telling unnotified alerts. So we Apache Spark is the best tool for route optimization. Just it.
Again, the answer is like, the answer that you should have given it to me is like this, like by combining ML-based failure prediction
Yeah.
with
Okay.
Spark-based traffic analysis, vehicles avoid stress routes, lowering both repair costs and accident probability, right? That's how you have to say. I mean, look, I understand most of the people's English language is not the first language, but at the same time, wherever you go, Germany, Japan, even in Japan, France, Sweden, wherever you go, Europe, like in the North America, South America, even in Mexico, all the tools, all the things, all the libraries are designed, even in China, are in English. So you have to learn English. I mean, you won't find a Chinese library for Python or machine learning or CUDA codes or stuff like that. No, NVIDIA or all of these companies. In fact, like if China comes up with something different, they might, but that is not the case yet. So you have to learn English and be eloquent in terms of answering the question. This is very important. It's a fine art. It will come with time. I understand that. But you have to work in terms of explaining yourself. This is extremely important. Okay.
Okay.
The answer is right, but it's as my son says, patthar phek answer.
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I understand.
I asked him a question, and he said, yes. I said, what is that? You
Okay.
haven't provided me the full answer. He
I,
said,
I, okay, I will try my best to detail and answer that.
you have
Without,
to, yes. And, okay.
okay.
All right. So let's take another try. So how would the system ensure data compliance with GDPR while still supporting real-time analytics?
Uh, First of all, we have to require the data, analyze the data. They are beating they are the actually we have to analyze the data. They are beat. You have to make a principle, and just like ISO 26262, we have to make the compliant. They are beating. They are follow the rules and the GDPR. They are, if we will inform them if there are any issue they are beaten in this accepting and follow these rules. So if there are any issue to, because everybody is IO standard, everybody is follow us. Let's suppose if you are implementing the software, this type of technology, so the people are follow the, they are recognized or not recognized. So that mean.
Okay. Again, the answer that you should say, my question was like, how would the system ensure data compliance with GDPR? So what does GDPR talks about? Privacy, right? Talks about
Privacy data,
privacy
privacy
security, right?
data,
So
privacy
you
data.
say this is how you have to know, because all of these autonomous vehicles are registered to people. Like one of them is registered to Muhammad Faisal, the other one Mubashir Hassan, the other one Talal Tanveer and Muhammad Yusuf, and all of these different people, right? John Doe, or whatever, right? We can throw in Trump and stuff like that, right? But um, the answer would be by anonymizing sensitive vehicle user data at the edge before transmission, enforcing regional data localization policies, and applying audit logs for regulatory reporting.
Definitely audit log.
Right? That is the answer. That's how you have to give the answer.
Sorry.
Uh, so let's jump in, and I'm going to give you a case study now. Okay. Imagine a logistic company in Dubai, right? It's in Dubai or in Saudi Arabia. In Middle East, like in Dubai and Saudi Arabia, this is a big thing. So if you do proper this, what you telling me right now, answering the question for the exam, you will pass the interview. But if you speak like how I'm speaking, you will become the director. That's a difference. See, that's a
Okay.
difference. So case study, we are going to go through a case study. So some of these are case studies. So imagine a logistic company in Dubai wants to deploy 5,000 autonomous trucks. Okay. How would this architecture adapt to handle cross-border compliance with Saudi Arabia and UAE transport laws?
Basically,
It's an
we
actual interview question.
actually,
From a job description. When I was reading your presentation, I went to the job description in Dubai, and I saw it and I said, okay, this is a potential. There was roles and responsibilities written that the trucks goes from Dubai to Saudi Arabia, right? To transport stuff and whatnot. So I said, okay, wait a minute. So what about the compliance and the transporter security, privacy, and all of those questions? That's how the question came in. All right, Bismillah.
first of all, we will analyze the data. We will look the requirement from the Dubai side and the Saudi Arab side. So first of all, if you the question is how to make sure the architecture of the mobility side of the Saudi Arabia and Dubai side. So first of all, we will have to make a small region, just like a small data center over there in the Saudi Arabia and Dubai side. And the major concern, they are the operation side of from the Dubai and Saudi Arabia. And we will have to put initiate the system and communication. Communication is the most important that we each other and implement over there. And we have the principle follow the rule. Which software, which architecture are we using? Just like a secret learn. And first up, we will have to look the performance issues and PTs, all of type of performance issues. And we will have to analyze different type of cars which cars are acceptable, which cars are autonomous using, we have supported to up. This it depends upon the scenario. In Dubai, different car are using, in Saudi Arabia, different car using. Depend upon the situation, we have to look into IoT. We will have to look into internet access, how the internet access speed over there. So we have to all the acquire the data and sum up, and we ensure that and that we will provide a dry run and execute perform over there. Then we show that.
So this is again, hear me out how I'm going to present this, right? I'm asking you that there's a logistic company in Dubai who wants to deploy 5,000 trucks, autonomous trucks. How would this architecture adapt to handle cross-border compliance with Saudi Arabian UAE transport laws? So first of all, what are autonomous trucks? There are no drivers.
Definitely no driver over there.
Or there might be drivers sitting, just watching, and the truck is automatically moving by itself, right? This is about to come in Saudi Arabia. It's already being tested out, right? So all the drivers, Pakistani drivers and Bangladeshi drivers and Indian drivers, they will be losing their job.
Yeah, definitely they're losing their job at the moment.
So this is how you have to answer. The architecture must include region-specific compliance modules with automated regulation monitoring.
There's definitely
One of the things you have mentioned is V2X. The V2X protocol must interoperate across UAE and Saudi standards. And you mentioned this in your answer, the data centers. So the multi-cloud edge cluster is a cloud in Dubai, there's a cloud in Saudi and Riyadh, Jeddah, whatever, should ensure data stays in region. So when the truck is passing through Saudi Arabia, all the data stays in Saudi Arabia. If the truck goes to Dubai, all the data stays in Dubai. Should ensure data stays in region to comply with localization laws, while Kafka pipeline ensure real-time data replication across borders. Now we are replicating the data, but when we copy the data, like when the data is copied from one region to another region, you have to make sure that you anonymize the data, right? So there are multiple things you have to comply with, so on and so forth, right? So if there, who the truck drivers are, if there is any privacy related data, stuff like that, what's in the truck. So there's a lot of things going on. Is it only agricultural supply chain stuff, dry goods, consumer goods, whatever, electronic stuff, whatever, right? Is it weapons? We don't know, right? So, right. So there's a lot of things going on now because they have started working in all of these areas. So that's how you have to answer the question. In your presentation slide, you showed vehicle, edge, cloud, fleet managers, right? You showed the whole flow, right?
Data flow.
Yes. If the network latency spikes to 200 millisecond, how would the architecture mitigate risk to collusion avoidance? 200 millisecond is a lot of time, right? So if that happens, how would the system mitigate that?
We can say that basically we try to improve the latency, the low base latency to incorporate. Basically, sometimes it depends upon the scenario. They've let a lot of too much huge data, but the performance slow down due to latency. So we will have to optimize the issue at that point and resolve as soon as possible what issues are facing, and we will have to look in this issue. Let's suppose edge communicating and data transfer to message queue protocol. They are not. Let's suppose if we have MQTT protocol, yes, public and subscriber. They are at the moment as they are not in. We can say internet are not accessible there, and the internet access are easy, and then internet access are available. The huge data latency over the certain inflict GB database. So we have to improve the performance, improve the just like we can say improve the increase the CPU RAM, and we have the.
Let me ask you. So if the latency happens, what safety critical tasks can be impacted on the vehicle.
Just like I do not know about message going over there. Not let about accident, major issue, fuel consumption are at the moment. Job latencies are not
Fuel consumption is not a safety issue. I'm asking you about a safety issue. What potential safety issues can happen? That's what I'm asking you. So, for example, safety critical tasks would be collision detection, right? Braking commands when you have to do a brake,
breaking issue. Yeah,
right? So these are the most important. So should they ever leave the vehicle, or does the system need to rely for the cloud to give these answers, or the autonomous vehicle should be able to make a decision by itself there and then immediately to protect itself from collision? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, basically, we cannot rely that this time because, in my opinion, we are talking about it. Cloud-based systems are not good. Well, basically, we have to implement a radar system, just like radar.
LiDAR.
LiDAR. Implement
Yes.
in an autonomous car. We have
Yeah.
we in a same car. We have detect and
So
predict.
you answered it right. Again, see, you answered it right. So you have to say the safety protocol systems and the LiDAR and whatever they're using should be resident on the vehicle itself. It should
Yeah,
not wait for the cloud to get the commands. The only thing it should do
definitely.
is it should push the data,
Yeah, the
right, what actions it is taking.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
if it waits 200 millisecond is an eternity. It will just, plow over someone. It will kill someone. A human being can be killed. An animal could be killed, right? When I was
Yep.
going in a train from Medina to Mecca, I saw, basically, I saw camels crossing the road, right? And the vehicles were just standing there, right? Because they had to wait before the camels crossed the road. So imagine this is an autonomous vehicle. There are trucks coming from line, and the camels are just passing by. And if they wait for those commands to come from the mothership, from the cloud, 200 milliseconds, they will just ram into the camel. Truck can be damaged. Cargo can be damaged. Truck can sideline. Camels are huge animals, right? So you have to understand, the answer was very simple. You should have just simple safety critical tasks like collision detection, collision avoidance, braking commands must never leave the vehicle. The Ajax executes localized ML inference for latency sensitive decisions, while cloud integration handles non-critical tasks like long-term optimization. Because the only thing that happens in the cloud is, you know what? It's
Right.
how should we keep on optimizing the system, the ML, the machine learning module running on that Ajax on the edge on the vehicle so that we can keep on improving. I'll give you an example. In our company, we analyze gigabytes and gigabytes of logs coming from our systems. We keep the logs being reviewed by our Albari artificial intelligence LLM for over a week time. After that, it goes back to archive because the logs are growing not in terabyte, but in petabytes now.
Petabyte, yeah.
So many systems, so many people are doing labs, and everyone, when you do at the lab, have you started doing Al Razak labs? So when you do the labs, it creates a footprint. You logged in, ran this command, ran that command.
Yeah.
Now you will see once you do the labs, those labs will be disabled. You can't do it again. You have to, right? That's a fraud control, abuse control, because people are abusing the system, are committing fraud and stuff like that, right? So we are making it much more difficult for people to do all of those things. So, but that is data, and that's a persona data for the customer so that we can build up that portfolio. So these things are extremely important for you to understand. Okay, so how could reinforcement learning be integrated into future scope for autonomous decision making? This is the last question, which is, you can say, a subset for the previous question.
We can
Reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is very important.
Yeah, basically, reinforcement learning, what about machine, it's a type of reinforcement learning. Basically, we have to train the model, correct and incorrect. Therefore, if only with this type of reinforcement, that means, let's suppose if you are train the model just like we have to 1 + 1 is equal to 2. Let's suppose we have to train just like a model. So we will have to train the model just like data analyze to make a result on the architecture. If you are talking about we have already DeepSeek. So DeepSeek model just like a reinforcement model, and just like a make that we can push in input and output. So we can say that definitely the reinforcement learning. That's it.
Okay, your exam is over. How was the exam?
Uh, so you tell me it's much better, but I know there is some. I have to. I will have to give the detailed answer. So as to have, I know there will be. I provide a short answer. So that's it.
Look, we are making it, we are raising the bar in terms of what people are doing, right? And we are raising the bar higher and higher, right? Just right now, while talking to you, taking the exam, a student came to me, right? Let me show you. This is a position holder of RQF level 6, right? I'm going to show you something. You'll be surprised. Wow, subhanAllah, right? So this is what we are doing. We are creating the future leaders. No university, even MIT takes longer to do any of those things that we're doing, right? So you can see, this is my student. Just right now, he messaged me. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Just wanted to give you some updates regarding your pupil. I launched my own LLC and LTD backed solutions company by the name Sole IT and Cloud Solutions LLC, limited liability company. Can be found on this. He sent me a link. I'm about to sign a contract with 2 clients from the US and one from Luxembourg soon, inshallah. I also launched my own client portal where my client can have direct observability to his work life and can have a look at all the changes and histories of his allocated project. We also have an integrated support ticketing system resembling tools like Jira. Just wanted to inform the real reason behind this stage of mine today. Please remember me in your duas as I do. Suleiman Amir. This, how old is he? Do you know? This is,
No,
this is the guy. This is the
I
guy.
think I
He's
think
from
19.
Peshawar. He's from Peshawar. He's from the same place where I am from. How old is he? He's about to turn 16.
Okay.
Launched his company, right? So imagine the 36 sovereign technologies that we are focused on right now, right? When I started the company, I started talking about all of these things. So these are the sovereign technologies. They are all part of AI ops. So if you just AI ops, you just do AI ops. But if you do specialization +1, this is the pro, then you just do 1 specialization from any one of them. Two specializations from any one of them. So you can imagine brain-computer interface, synthetic media, blockchain, cybersecurity, low cloud data analytics. There's so many things, right? Defense and security power, and industrial and manufacturing power. So these are different domains that I have divided. It covers all the global sectors of the world, everything, everything. Nothing is left out, right? These are our students who are setting up companies, are going bigger and bigger, right? So you can imagine this is going to get tougher and tougher. Your exam was okay. In your presentation, you secured 21 out of 25, right? In your interview, you secured 18 out of 25. Could have been better, right? So the overall score, I'm gonna give it to you, is 78%, right? So that's your total percentage, 78%, okay, which is 39, 21 plus 18, pound 50, okay. So in the presentation, you secured, mashallah, 84%, right? It was short, to the point, you were able to explain, that's all I'm looking for, right? Good. It has a rubric that I follow, so you were able to hit all of those things. In the Q&A, you struggled, right? You secured 72. If you were to secure 20 out of 25, it would have been 80%, 82% actually, right? But anyway, congratulations in terms of passing the exam,
Thank you,
right?
sir.
So this is my recommendation for you. You have done what you wanted to do. Go and complete Al Razak.
Okay, sure. Okay, definitely.
It takes you 6 months, 9 months, whatever. You are doing a stable job right now in Pakistan. Continue doing that. Complete Al Razak, get your updated copy of resume,
Okay,
and then go forward and start doing things.
okay.
You are 40 years of age. You can go to Saudi Arabia, Dubai, all of these companies. You know, if your resume talks about MQTT, uh, all these critical protocols, V2X, all these standards and protocols and solutions and open source solutions, khalas, like it's there, right? In the resume, your resume will reflect your role in Allied Bank. Allied Bank is where you're working, right? Plus your work at Al Nafi Cloud. So that will elevate you further.
Okay.
This is my recommendation. You could also apply for master's program if you want, right? If you want to go, you can go for 1 year of master's. If you would have secured 90%, right? Those who secured 90% are able to work and whatnot. They are offered basically a pathway of financial sponsorship and everything that we do to move forward, inshallah, right? You were not there, but that's okay. But still, there are different pathways through which you can get if you want that. But knowing that you're working at the bank, that's not going to be a problem for you, right? So inshallah, that's not a problem. But so you still have time, complete Al Razak, and then start applying for, if you want to go to Australia or to Germany or any of these countries, you can. Inshallah.
Definitely.
Even in Canada, if you come right now with all this experience of Al Razak labs and everything, you can secure.
Okay,
Inshallah.
sure.
Anything for me?
No, sir. Thank you for supporting us. That's it. It's how to guide perform. It's a major feat. Nice.
No, inshallah, it's very good, mashallah. Topic was tough. I have to give you that. But you perform very well, mashallah. Okay. I will review this course again, make sure is there any wiggle room or something like that, and I will let you know. This score might become from 78 to 80%. I don't know. I have to review the marks, the questions and answers and everything. And it might land between 80, 82 to 80%, or some 82 to 78%, right? So once we do the complete marking and everything, you will know. But that's part two. Part one is already something separate. So we do the cumulative marks as well. So that may elevate you further at a higher percentage as well, inshallah. Okay. In the MCQs, if you secured 85, 90%, something like that, then that will elevate your score combined to,
Okay.
you might be able to apply for that, inshallah, through us. Inshallah. Okay. Jazakallah khair. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you.